Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for a process video. So today I thought I'd hop on here. It's New Year's Eve, it's blustery and raining, all sorts out there. So I thought I'd hop on and do a layout. I'm working on the bonus sketch number 1 over at Scrapper Sketch for the Sketchy Recipe Extravaganza that's been going on this month. There's been a new sketch every Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and this one Lisa put out as a bonus sketch, and I thought, oh, it's really nice, I'll have a go. What it is a triangle. Well, there's a little bit of debate going on as to whether it's a tree or a triangle. Scrappy Kathy is insistent that it's a triangle because she can't stand triangles, but I'm pretty certain it's a tree. So in the actual sketch, Lisa's got a tree shape here and it's in sections. So like this, I've cut this piece into a tree shape, not a triangle. And then I've cut each piece, I've put 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections of it. Now on the sketch, Lisa's got a gap in between each section, and when I was cutting it, what I did was I marked the 12 by 12 at the 6-inch point and then just cut the sides off, which is harder than you think on a 12-inch trimmer because the diagonal is more than 12 inches. But what I did was I cut as much as I could off on the trimmer and then just cut the little extra bit off afterwards. I thought about it once I was sort of doing it, and then I thought to myself, what I should have done was marked the 6-inch point at, you know, say 11 inches on the paper, and then I could have separated it, you know, and it would have given me the gaps in between. The reason why I wanted to do the 12 without really thinking about it was on the sketch, this section here does go all the way across the page, and I wanted that look. I did want that to go all the way to the edge of the page and to the bottom of the page. So yeah, I was trying to figure out how to do that and get a gap, but I couldn't quite figure it out. And then afterwards I thought to myself, yeah, if I'd just done it 11 inches high and done it like this, that would have been fine. But anyway, I'm okay with this and I like the look. What I've done is I've inked the edges to separate the sections to give them a little bit of definition with my archival ink in Carnation Red, and I've stuck those down. I've got American Crafts neutral coloured textured cardstock here, and this pattern paper is Joyful Cocoa Vanilla Studio Making Spirits Bright, and I'm pretty sure I got it last year. Is it last year's collection? Can't see a date on there, but I'm pretty sure I think I did get it last year. And I have to say that this is not my favourite pattern paper. This is the other side. And looking at it now, I'm thinking, I'm not quite sure why I bought it. Maybe I bought it just because it fit in with all the other papers that I bought. I don't know. But I was struggling to use it. And I thought it's absolutely perfect for this page. So yeah, it just goes to show it. You can sometimes find a way to use things. So I'm also using, I've got a Vicki Boutin star from last year, which I think I'm going to pop, well, I am going to pop at the top of the tree there. I've got the Flair Hut pieces here. I've got these stripy ones here. I've got my light on today, so there might be a little bit of glare. It's so dark in here, I had to put my light on. And then I've got this one, which what I did was I had a quick flick through my ordinary Flair, which is not Christmas themed. And I found the stripy ones in the sort of pattern section. And then I had a quick look at my themed drawer, which is items that are very themed, but not Christmas, and I came across this one, and this goes so well with what I'm doing here today. So I was really happy about that, because I don't know how I would have used that otherwise. I've got these 3 buttons here, which I think may be part of that Joyful. They could have been Pink Fresh Studio, but I'm not sure, but I did get them last year, and I've really struggled to use them. As much as I love my dimension, I don't know why, what it is about the buttons. Yeah, struggled to use them, especially in my little album because of the, you know, obviously because of the dimension. Got these little brads here, which I think I've just pulled out of this Echo Park Christmas one, which is, you know, I've definitely had that a few years. And, you know, maybe like 4 or 5 years or more. So that's an older collection. I've got the Simple Stories Colour Vibe Foam Alpha in green. And then I've picked out from this Simple Stories, Simple Pages, Page Pieces Ugly Christmas Sweater, I've picked out the little journaling piece there. Sorry about the glare. Just that little journaling piece, because I was flicking through my stash and I came across that and I thought, oh, it's the actual perfect colour for what I'm doing. And I thought to myself, I've had this at least a year. Did it come out last year? I think it came out last year, so I've had it a year. I didn't use it last year, and I thought, you know what, I may as well use the little journaling piece, because if I ever use this on a layout, I can find something else to do the journaling on. So yeah, any opportunity to use a bit of stash is great. I've got a few little gems here, glitter domes. I've got my Spiegelmom Scraps Winter Woods here. That journaling piece is here, and I've already written on that in a green pen, in this green Uniball pen that I like. I've got these two absolutely gorgeous cut out paws that my absolutely lovely friend Stephanie Wright sent to me. Aren't they amazing? Oh my gosh, I absolutely love them. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie is under the influence of Scrappy Adam Facebook group. Pop over there for a lot of fun. They've got a little thing going on in December where you can just use a theme. It's not like a crop or anything, but you can just choose a theme for your layout. So it might be like tree or baubles or something like that. Then I've got this little piece here that was just the white, and I mounted it onto red, and I did the same with this photo, mounted it onto red, and it's this paper, I think it might have been Echo Park, not sure. It was a cut apart on the other side, and I covered it over a thing that I wouldn't use. You know, I can't remember what it was on there now, but it's something that I wasn't too bothered about using. So this photo is two little trees that I've got at home. And this layout is going to be called No Tree. So this year I didn't actually get a tree. I haven't got an artificial one anymore, and I didn't actually get a real one this year because my parents didn't come, and just one thing and another, I didn't really feel like getting a tree this year. So I decided that my two little mini trees here, which are just a few inches tall, were my actual trees this year. So yeah. And there's a story behind that as well, which developed. So I've got this little LED tea light in there, in this metal one. And I'd left it on overnight one time and just not realised. And then my husband said, oh, it's like a night light for Billy and Elvis. So, yeah, I don't know whether, hopefully it won't upset anybody, but it's just my two dogs, Billy and Elvis, that passed away a few years. Well, Elvis passed away last year and Billy passed away a few years ago. And we keep their ashes in like little, lovely little jars. And it's in that part of our lounge. And it's just the way he said, like it's a night light for them. So yeah, I don't want to upset anybody, but that's the story. And because I didn't have a tree, which is a story in itself, and then these little trees became like another story. So yeah, that's what the idea for this layout is. So the colours in this photo are not great, and I could have taken like one in the daytime, but I quite like the fact that you can see the tea light lit up and also like the shadow on the wall. So I didn't sort of try and improve the photo or anything. I just decided to leave it as it was. So yeah, it's a fun layout. So I've already placed these pieces down. Didn't think you wanted to see me do that. Apart from this section here of the tree, on Lisa's sketch, it looks as though there's some pattern. I think it could be doodling around the outside, just on these three sides. And also it's just one photo here, which looks like a 4x4 photo, but I've used a 4x6, but I've actually trimmed it down just so that the trees are in the photo. So I trimmed all the excess off. And there are a couple of layers behind the photo other than the mount, but I don't think I'm going to do those. And then there's like a little embellishment cluster here and a little embellishment cluster here. So we're going to work with that. The title's here. I think I'm going to put the title here as well on my layout, and the journaling I've probably put here. So yeah, we'll give it a go and get started. I think the first thing I'll do is pop the photo down. I'm not going to raise it or anything. I'm just going to lay it flat on the page. And I want this little tree piece here just for the reason that I thought it was absolutely perfect. A little die cut piece that you can use. So before I kind of sort of realised that I wasn't massively keen on die cuts, I had purchased a few. So I have got some die cut pieces in my stash, and yeah, they don't always get used. So I grabbed that one and I thought, yep, I'm going to use it. Perfect. Now then, how should we place this? Should we just place that here like that? Because once it goes down, it's not coming up again. I think maybe like that, it'll be fine. And I'm going to pop this tree down as well. Once we've got it here, and just cover that little section there. And I think that'll just be a nice little addition to the design. Just perhaps, I think maybe just like that. I would have liked to get that whole star in, but I think I'll just do it like that. Okay, and then this Vicki Boutin piece is going to go down. These are quite chunky, these stars, and I find that they haven't got a lot of give in them, so I may need to add some wet glue to that later, but for the time being I'm just going to have a go with just a little bit of double-sided tape. So this was for the nightlight idea. And I thought what I'd do also is use 2 paws, one for Billy and one for Elvis, and I'd pop them here for this embellishment cluster. So maybe definitely want that to go there, and I think I just do want those 2 paws to just go on top of each other like that there. I think you can see that is 2 paws. Yeah, and then I thought with these pieces here I'd probably match 3 of them to sort of some of the colours on the layout, so perhaps like that, and maybe add some twine around those, which I like to do, of course. There's a little bit of sort of embellishing going, the embellishing to extend a little bit on the page, so I thought I'd try and use a couple of these buttons, especially as I'm using an XL Flair piece, which is much deeper than, gives more depth than the ordinary ones, because I mean, to be honest, they're probably about the same, but it's just, I think it's just like, you just think that those buttons, because they come with like a little foam pad on the back, and you just think, oh, they're so deep. But when you I always take the foam pad off and just use wet glue, and actually they're not, they're actually fine. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I've been reluctant to use them. I've got this little brad here, but I don't think I'm going to use that actually. And I've got this little pearl one here that I was hoping to just use. I have been cutting the metal legs off and just using a foam pad in them, but that one I think might be a bit tricky, so I might just actually use it and just use it as an actual brad. We'll see. Now then, I don't think this one matches, this green actually matches. It matches the actual tree in the photo, but it doesn't really match my papers, and I think I don't want this colour on the layout other than in the photo, so I'm not going to use that. Right, title. It's going to be called No Tree, which, you know, just because I didn't get an actual tree. These are just little decorations. Standalone decorations, only a few inches tall. I think I might have said that already. So, no tree. There we go. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry about that. The dogs just came in for their food, and yeah, they're a little bit noisy, so I had to pause. What I did was whilst I was waiting for them to have their food, whilst they were having the food, I lined up these how I wanted them along the cut line there. So yeah, I've done that. And what I actually did as well was I glued down these 3 bits, popped the flare on the page and glued the paws down. So I thought I'd you know, just carry on doing those things because they're already in place. So sorry about that. Now then, what I'm going to do here is add my thread as usual around my flare. I don't think I'm going to add any to the XL flare, but I am going to add it to the regular flare, and it's going to be the white metallic that I got from my lovely friend Stephanie. I really love this thread. I've been using it a lot, and some of the colours are actually running a bit short. But yeah, I'm just, yeah, I really like it a lot. Okay, so that's that one. Just twine this around here. This is my, obviously, if you, well, not obviously, but if you follow me, you'll know that this is something I like to do with my flare pieces. Or almost always wrap twine around them. Thread or twine of some kind goes around them. And I would do that with the XL piece as well, but don't think I'm going to do more. I don't know now. Do I want to do that? I think I want to just leave it as the 3, so I think I'm just going to not do that. But I'm looking at it now, and you know, I kind of want to do it. Right, I haven't done the brad, but I am going to pop that brad there, and what I'll do is I'll just put a little marker there just in case it moves, and I will poke that through off camera. I have got one of those little foam pieces here that I put under the layout, and then I'll just poke the hole with my poker tool and push that through and make sure it's secure on the back. My other idea was to maybe add a few sequins, or these little, I've got these little red dots here, and I thought what I might do is put the red ones on the red centres like that, and maybe the white ones on the other centres. There are some, there is one that's got a green centre there and green here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use green. These gems are quite cheap ones, you know, just like pound shop or somewhere, and they come all together, so you have to fiddle with them a little bit and try and get a little bit of the adhesive on the back. If it doesn't work, then I shall use a bit of wet glue on them. But for now, I shall have a go at popping them down. So, still awful out there. My husband's just letting the dogs out and they've got their little coats on and everything. Oh my gosh, it's awful. The weather is just terrible. I'm just going to see if I've got any green dots. I had a feeling I had the green ones, so I think I'm going to pop a few green ones on too. Even though they're not kind of like the sort of, I don't know, you know, the matching colours really, but I think it looks okay. I'm looking at it now and I'm not sure, but I'm just going to do it on those darker coloured ones that are not red. And then I think I might use, instead of using the sequins, I think I might use the little white gems. I just grabbed my well, they're not white, they're like, you know, clear, mirrored. I'm not sure what you call them. But I thought, as I've got all the others sort of the same type, I thought that's what I'd do. Use the same type of dot. And although some of these centres are stars rather than little circles, that doesn't matter. Oh, I think I like that, and I've just got that one there that goes under the title. Which I really want to put one there. It'd be a red one, wouldn't it? Let me just see if I can make that look right with a red one. And then I think we might be almost finished on this layout. Let's have a look. Does that one go there? Does it look nice? I think it does. I think it looks fine. It's a bit not quite centred. This one's got a lot of glue on the back of it, sticking to my fingers as well. I think I'll just grab another one with just a bit less glue on it and try and squidge it so it doesn't affect the E, but it's a bit centred there. I think that looks fine. Quite like that. Okay, so I think I've used everything I said I was going to use, haven't I? The journaling. I've already written the journaling. Oh, forgot about the journaling when I put the gems down. Yeah, I have to take those two up. Silly me. That's fine though. Yeah. So I'm going to put that raised on some foam. The journaling is just what I said earlier about the little not having a tree, the little trees and the night light and what have you. I think I'm going to overlap that onto the photo slightly. I quite like that look. Yep, that's fine. So the actual sketch has got this tree shape here, triangle, with the sections, and then a photo here, embellishment clusters, title, and then sort of a little bit of extra embellishing here and here. So yeah, do I want red on that one? I could do red, couldn't I? But I'm not going to. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. So all I've got to do is pop that bag through and I think we're okay. I don't think I'm going to put a date on. I might just put 2022 down here or something, because it's just, you know, there's not really a date. It's it doesn't matter what date the photo was taken, that's what I mean. I'm going to put 2022 here. There. Okay, that's done. Right, layout finished. So I'm hoping this layout will be up for today, which is New Year's Eve. Weather's really bad. Not sure how long it will take to upload. My internet is not great and sometimes it takes several hours. So if you're in the UK, it might be late tonight or tomorrow. If you're in America or somewhere, you might be okay. It might be earlier. So yeah, I'm not going to add any of those gold ones there that I'm just looking at. Yeah, so I hope you've got nice plans for New Year's Eve. Just a quiet day for me. I've done my layout and now I'm going to go off and I've got a book that I've started that I might finish. I'd like to finish. I've got some movies in mind. Got some nice Indian food to eat, popcorn, sweeties. I've got my day sorted. Yeah, I probably might read a bit more of my book now and then movies this afternoon. So yeah, excited for that. And I hope you've got nice plans too, like I say. So once again, thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time, and Happy New Year. I completely forgot to say that I woke up this morning to 250 subscribers on my channel, which made me very happy indeed, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Bye.